Hey you guys, welcome back to Southern Latitudes. I'm Robin and I garden in East Central Florida, hardiness zone 10A, and today I'm only on a half acre, so everything we do is very, we keep in mind our space and our neighbors. But today I would like to talk to you about this special new pumpkin to me, and I think it's relatively new to a lot of people. So if you're in Florida or anywhere where it's super hot, a lot of times we can't grow those big orange pumpkins for Halloween. We can grow Seminole pumpkins, we can do Cherokee tans, we can do all sorts of winter squash, but a true Halloween pumpkin, like a big jack-o'-lantern, is really difficult in our area. So what we try to do is, just do the best we can with either the little bitty ones or the winter squashes, and then I just go to the Walmart or wherever, or sometimes we have areas around here that sell pumpkins. We don't have a true pumpkin patch around here because, again, even commercial people have a hard time growing pumpkins. So what I have found, I happened to come across it on Facebook accidentally. Stumbled across it. There is a grower in Central Florida, and their little farm is called Seed the Stars, and they have an Etsy store by the same thing, and they have what's called an orange Bulldog pumpkin, and the seed originates in Georgia, developed by the University of Georgia, and it actually tolerates our heat pretty good, and it comes out to be sort of a squattier but round orange to reddish, browns like pumpkin. There's a little variation amongst them, so that's pretty exciting. I'm looking forward to that. If we get a dozen or so pumpkins out of this, that'd be cool. So if to see the variation. So anyhow, let me give you some stats on I grew this. I started the seed. You can do really, if you're in Central Florida and or south, where you're not getting some hard freezes or frost, you can really probably do this anytime and even overwinter the winter squash or pumpkins. But if you are looking to get your pumpkins in time for Halloween, like I am, I started mine April 10th. I ended up with 100% germination, which was only 11 seeds. I really was keeping in mind I didn't want too many because, I'm lacking space. But I knew that would probably be just enough to, to fill my space like I have here. Actually, it's exceeded my expectations on filling space. So those 11 seedlings, by the time they were about 16 or 17 days, I transplanted them in a little row. It probably wasn't but 12 feet. Sometimes there was duplicates in a single cell, and some of them were singles. But anyhow, I just popped them all over there next to that roselle, kind of where my dog is, if he's in frame, I'm not sure. But so just a little space, and I knew by then the corn, which was over here, would be gone. I knew, they could travel in a lot of different directions. So, and they've, like, again, exceeded my expectations. I had no idea that each leaf was going to be monstrous. Look at these are the smaller leaves. The bigger leaves are even further back there. It seems to be tolerating disease really well, and the heat and the humidity and the rain. So I'm very excited about that. It has put on bukus of boy blooms in here, but not seeing as many girls. I'm not seeing girl pumpkins yet. I'm seeing girl babies, and I'll get the camera on that here in just a minute. But I'm really excited because those girl babies, they're about to open up. They were just like a day away from opening up. As they open and get pollinated, here right now is June 22nd, I think we're on, or 23rd. And so as those open up, give them a couple months, I think we'll be easily by September 23rd to October 1st, we should start having sizable pumpkins, and I'm really excited about that. When I initially put them in the ground, I only put in a little bit of 666 fertilizer back in April, May, to go ahead and give them some sort of food or nutrition. But now, as they've grown this way, they're way past where their fertilizer originally was. And at each node, they put down roots. And I'll show you a picture of that in just a second. But anyhow, they're doing amazing. In fact, they're doing too amazing. But anyhow, this is what I wanted, right? And I hope, a lot of times when I have Seminole pumpkins, we bring the grandbabies in here, like during a football halftime, and we'll come pick all the, pumpkins and squashes. And they get a big kick out of that. But this year, we're gonna be able to actually have a pumpkin hunt. Now, my pumpkins did start off with a little bit of water until they got rooted in and they started going. But after that, we did get some rains, and then we've had a little bit of dry again, and the rains are just starting to come back. But this is pretty much without any irrigation. Y'all, other than, like I said, originally to get the roots started, once they, started getting rain, they took off like this all by themselves. I do not irrigate every day, or even every other day, or every third day. Right here is where the original pumpkins had started. But as you can see, they have already gone all the way across the yard into what used to be the corn bed. The corn's gone now. And they've started trailing outside the fence, but I keep pulling them in. And I've trained them now to go this way. And a little bit, they're training themselves into the watermelon bed. I found Seed the Stars quite accidentally on Facebook. And Ryan and Kelly are the owners. And Ryan does quite a bit of the advertising and making sure that a lot of the gardening groups I'm on also get his information about the seeds they are sharing. And they are acclimating the seeds for heat and, things that grow better in the south or in the humidity. I'm sorry, I couldn't find any baby pumpkins in here to show you. All of them are still in the almost about to bloom stage. But I hope to give you an update later, maybe in another month, with all the little baby pumpkins that we should be having in the garden this year. I hope that you'll try these orange bulldog pumpkins as well. So with that said, you guys take care, God bless, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.